Hello everyone and welcome to this preview of round 9 of Weikanze, where Alireza Firouzja is going to face Magnus Carlsen in their first classical game. To give you a little bit of background, Alireza is probably the most promising youngster in chess today, 16 years old, FIDE rating of 27-23, so a very high rating already, facing Magnus Carlsen, world champion, highest rated player in the world at 28-72. To give you an idea of what this age difference means, one way to look at it would be to say that when Alireza was 6 years old, Magnus crossed 2800 for the first time. So it's kind of a funny way to look at it. This is going to be their first classical game matchup. However, the position I have here on the board is something that I'm sure is still very much on Alireza's mind. He lost on time in this position with the white pieces in a blitz game, but it still hurts, where he just dropped his king, tried to pick it up. By the time he picked it up, he was probably a little bit nervous, took him too much time, and he lost on time in a position that, of course, he could win, first of all, but also where losing is almost inconceivable. But the rules do clearly state that if there is a possible mate, then, the player losing on time loses. And so, in this case, the only way that could happen is if white under-promoted to a knight and then made a couple of moves that help black, and then black could technically mate the king in a corner. In this tournament so far, Alireza has a great tournament. This is his first super tournament, you could say, and in Weikanze he's had a dominant performance so far. He's already won 4 games, losing only 1 game with black to Wesley So, but he's played very inspired chess. He started with a win in the first game, so he got on a roll early when his opponent, Kovalyov, made a little bit of an opening mishap, so that probably helped get Alireza confident about his chances, and since then he really hasn't let up, and with the white pieces in particular, he's played really aggressively and really well. He's shown great promise, and even though in a few games, and I'll look at those in detail in a longer show later on, but in this quick preview I'll just point you to one of his games as black against Yu Yangyi, where he was in a lot of trouble, but he just manages to outcalculate his opponents and doesn't seem to be too worried about his inexperience and gets out of trouble. On the other hand, Magnus has had quite a rough go. He drew his first 7 games, which is pretty unusual for him, and frankly he didn't really have any winning chances in any games until the 8th game, and he said that himself in his interview, and so I'm not making it up, but he did win a pretty convincing game in the 8th round against Vityugov, a nice kind of smooth Magnus-like game, positional chess, and he's not that far from the lead, and he's been known to do this. He starts a little bit slowly, and then he gets on a roll, and he just wins all of his games. And so this is going to be a very exciting 9th round. Of course, everyone's looking at it, especially after what happened at the World in Rapid Blitz Championship. Magnus is surely looking to make a run at the leaders back, and you wonder if Alireza is going to play as aggressively as he's played in all of his games so far with white. He tends to play e4. He doesn't shy away from complications, and on the other hand, you have Magnus, who's probably realizing that this young guy is going to be a threat to his, supremacy over the chess world that he's had for a decade or so, and he's probably looking to set the tone for that. I would also point out they had a couple of other games. They had a game in Banter Blitz on Chess24, where Magnus sort of gave him a little bit of a lesson, and I'm sure Alireza has watched a video and saw that Magnus, was kind of poking fun at him and very happy to win this game, and he's probably looking to get him back tomorrow. So I look forward to the game. We're going to be watching. I recommend that you watch it on Chess24, and you'll be seeing me a lot from now on. That was a pleasure. Pascal Charbonneau here. Thank you.